And apparently we're live, and
surprise!
I am the wild blue yonder, the front line in a never-ending battle between good and not so good. Together with my stalwart sidekick Arthur and the magnanimous help of some other folks I know, we form the yin to villainy malevolent yang. Destiny has chosen us. Wicked men, you face the tick.
You bastards are gonna own me.
Are you ready?
You bet your ass I'm ready.
You know, I'm not a big fan of that bark like a chicken, cluck like a dog stuff.
They think they'll beat the devil. Nobody beats me.
You can run, but you can't hide from Crazy Eddie.
Evil events from evil causes spring. Aristophanes said that.
I told you, good shot to the face always gets the juices flowing. Come on, let's tango.
So,
sit back,
relax,
and enjoy.
Oh my God.
You are psychotic.
And when I return, I'm gonna drink a bottle of scotch, as if it were Chicky von Richthofen's blood, and celebrate his death.
Can I get a hell yeah?
Things I do for these men.
It's a bit more than I could bear.
Okay. May I?
Please.
Thank you. Dick, I agree with a few measly scraps of what you spewed out that actually made sense.
Oh, bless your perceptions, you shiny knight of the nocturne.
See, this is what I mean. What the hell is he talking
Just
about?
go on.
Fine.
yeah, Kevin, what the hell is he talking about? Especially when we're talking about 2001's The Tick that aired on Fox for about like 9 episodes and got unceremoniously canceled. So back to the graveyard shift, everybody, where you can punch in and you can't punch out. Thank you for tuning in to Nostalgia TV, everybody, here on the YouTubes and on our podcast channels. You will get our audio version of this within the next 24 hours. So, Kevin, did you watch this when it first came out? What are some of your thoughts about The Tick? I gotta admit, the cast is pretty awesome. I only remember like a couple episodes, to be honest with you. My initial impressions and memories are like, I kind of remember this. I kind of don't at the same time because it was so short-lived.
Yep.
I blinked and I missed like about like 7 episodes.
So this is so going to be contradictory. I'm so sorry.
Oh no.
No, you don't be okay with it yet. So
I'm never okay with you. Like, are you new here? Like, we've been doing this for Kevin. We've been doing this for a few years now, brother. Just saying.
I know, but I have to say I kind of have to talk for another 3.5 minutes, 3 minutes and 15 seconds before I could get on to the rest of the story. But and so I'll also say, Mr. Edlund, if you do ever see this, I apologize in advance. This is a horrible
You're okay. This one, real fucking ugly.
So, all right, we'll get on with it. In 2001, this was that time where I didn't really have TV. Like physical media was my bag. Like all I did was watch movies that I purchased on DVD or TV series, and I just binge watched that shit. But we didn't pay for cable or anything like that. And there was really nothing on, like, we didn't have bunny ears, I don't even think. So there was a good like 4 years where we didn't
have the rabbit ears.
We did not even have rabbit ears, which is funny because for as technical as my roommate was, that was the only thing we didn't have in the house. Was like everything TV. I have that now because I grew up wanting so many options. Like 3,000 things to watch, but there's never anything on TV. Like now, every movie you could ever possibly want, but there's nothing to watch. I love it.
If only he ever took those rabbit ears out of his butt. That might have worked. Hey, Fox viewing positions, Married with Children always told you.
At least they were honest about it. At least they were. But when this came out, I was living down in Riverside, California. And everybody knows that I was a huge, huge fan of The Tick. I had actually just seen Mr. Edlund a few months prior to this coming out. I didn't get a chance to meet him, but he was signing at Comic-Con that year.
Okay.
And that was the first time I ever got to see an actual Tick comic book, because where I grew up, they didn't really have them. So, I mean, I didn't know Tick was actually in black and white for the most part. And I got to see the actual comic books and I was so enamored with them. But I grew up with the Fox cartoon from 94, and that was just the smartest and funniest goddamn thing I'd ever seen.
Didn't that run for like 3 seasons or so ish,
Yes.
if I remember right? Okay.
Yes. Yeah. And they were all really good. I have the first 2 on DVD and the third I have streaming.
Okay.
Yes. But they're really, really good. And it sucks in a way, because when you start with that, that's as close to the comic book, I think, as you could possibly get, within reason. Like they toned it down because it's Fox Kids, but it was so good and so funny that every iteration that came after that, it was like, it was the opening acts coming on after the closing act. And you're just kind of like, oh shit.
Hello, Jen. Good to see you.
Hello. Hi. We'll talk later. You know what you did.
Like, share, subscribe out there, everybody.
Yes, thank you.
One of us has to do it. Otherwise, YouTube is like, within 10 minutes, if you don't do it, we ain't going to share your video out there.
Oh, come on. You have to say like, share, and subscribe. Tell us about your friends, or not tell us about your friends. Tell us about your friends.
Tell us about your friends. What are you trying to tell Jen over there, Kevin? Tell me about your friends.
Yeah, tell your friends about us. Sorry, I had to say it like Batman.
It's all good. Just
tell your friends about Mike. Anyway,
all good, Ben, no worries.
I was dating this girl at the time, and she was Southern Californian, which is a very nice way of saying she's kind of a fucking wackadoo.
Oh, it did.
No.
Was she blonde? She was a ditz.
No. She had some trauma issues, I think.
You're trying to excuse things, Kevin. Come on.
No. So I'm at work, hating my life.
Wow, we're prefacing dating from previous years.
And I get this phone call while I'm working, because it's rush hour. Everybody loves personal phone calls during rush hour, especially when you're the boss. And it's
we love phone calls during the middle of our work day, being like, it's starting to hail around here. What?
That's okay. Not the phone call that I got telling me I was just assaulted.
Oh no.
What?
I did not.
And it wasn't
offensive tonight.
Not that word exactly, but something along those lines. A little bit. Anyway, prettier. So I had to take the night off work, go to where she was, pick her up with her dad, and convince her to go to the police. And then the police, of course, convinced her to go to the hospital. So it had been an extremely long day. And it is, of course, in Southern California. So it's hotter than the devil's nutsack. And it smells like his armpit.
Colder than a witch's tit.
That could be true, too, in that time of year. But
thank you, Mom. Appreciate that saying for the rest of my life.
So anyway, while this kit is happening, spoiler alert,
Kit.
this was all a lie. It was faked. Totally trying to bamboozle me. But at the time, I believed it and was very emotionally invested in what was happening. And I was just like, totally, I've never felt pain like this before. I'd never empathetically put my heart out that way and felt like somebody had done something so wrong and a crime so terrible. And I'm sitting there more or less by myself. I'm sitting there by myself in this waiting room, and I look up on the TV and it says, now back to the Tick. I'm like, fuck yeah! Everything that came before that, gone.
For you audio listeners of our podcast, I am face palming severely right now. If you want proof, head on over to our YouTube channel where you can actually see me going, oh dear God, he just said that.
I really wanted to see this show.
Well, hey, this is part of the graveyard shift, apparently, where we got some crazy ass freaking stories when it comes to these old canceled TV shows that are been long gone for many, many years. And apparently Kevin has the doozy of a memory with this one.
I have a doozy of a memory in general, dude. I'm so sorry.
You are not sorry. It's very entertaining. And oh my God, I had no idea. You never even told me this before. I was like, okay, so we need to come up with a show for the last half of September. And we're about to do Ash versus Evil Dead for October. And I'm like, so what about the Tick? And you're like, yeah, let's freaking go. And little did I know, I was about to get this story tonight.
I told you I had a cool story. I'm sorry.
Stop apologizing because this is quality audio, brother. It certainly beats like the bestiality stuff I've heard on other streams with you.
Oh, Wayne? Yeah, that was some shit. No pun intended.
Yeah, and like with one of our other friends who would in Arizona, you know who you are. And I know you're still listening out there, so don't give me that shit. I know who you are, and I know you're still listening. Former co-host of ours.
Well, I wouldn't ever call that person a bestialitist. No.
No, but he had a fun story or two.
Yes.
And he certainly liked his weed.
Yeah. Yeah. No, definitely not a bestialitist. No. No.
Nope. And brother, when you hear this, you know you're always welcome back here with us if you want to. Just saying.
Yeah, man.
But like my memory of this Tick show with Patrick Warburton, I remember seeing like about the first episode and probably the second. Beyond that, I think I lost track of this one because Fox at this time was like, this is like 2001-ish.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I was so not down with whatever the hell they were doing. I'm like, I can't. They screwed over Brimstone. They screwed over like 9 other different TV shows all the way through Firefly. And I'm like, you know what? I can't with Fox anymore. So I stopped watching all their shit. And when they finally did Human Target, I'm like, I'm still not watching, even though it's got a great cast. But we ended up covering that on our show previously. So do go back and check out our backlog. I will stop shilling now. But we do have a Human Target season 1 and 2 review on here where Kevin got me to watch what ended up being like a really awesome and fun TV show. And I do not regret doing that. It was actually one of the best shows I think we've ever reviewed and had a great review of it.
The first season, yes.
First season was dope as hell. Second season was fine.
It's always
it was
nice.
Fine.
It's always nice to see Chance Winston and Guerrero.
especially when Guerrero started blowing up shit.
That was cool.
Just saying. But with the Tick, like I immediately took to the cast, but what ultimately brought me into the Tick was later on with the Amazon Prime show with a whole different complete cast of characters, and they treated Dot differently. They made her sexy. Dot in this particular version is like kind of very plain and homely. It's like, damn, could I have traded like the Dot from the Amazon Prime show with the Dot in this show? I might have been like all in, so to speak.
Well, that's the way she was.
And I mean, balls deep in love.
Well, yeah. In the cartoon, she was also kind of homely, for lack of a better term, nerdish.
Which is fine. I got no problem with that at all.
Yeah, no, they just didn't have her being.
And the actress was fine. I'm just teasing everybody, so don't get me wrong. But when we get to later on, the Amazon Prime version, I liked how they cast the characters and how they portrayed them the best.
It was a different character altogether. It was just named Dot. But it was a more precocious character, a younger character,
more fun character, I would argue.
Yes, a more adventurous character as well. Like she was a EMT.
Well, and to put it in perspective with this show, and we'll do like our episode breakdown in a little bit. We're just doing overall views right now, but like honestly, if this show had gone past 9 episodes and it had like maybe 20 episodes or so, they could have fleshed out some of these characters more in tune with what we would later on see in the Amazon Prime show.
Yes. Now there were some things that I thought that they changed completely between the cartoon, this, and then Prime.
You mean Batman?
And most specifically Janet. By the time we see American Made in the Amazon Prime
Captain
show,
Liberty.
Yeah, by the time we see American Made, which is Captain Liberty in this, which is Miss Lint in the Prime series, you're just kind of like,
I know. And then the champion. Oh my God, boy, talk about a night and day difference.
The sexist pig versus the fucking narcissist that just doesn't get it. I love
pretty much. Let me take my glasses off. Hey, Mr. Champion. Put my glasses on. Oh, hey, Steve. Where's Champion? Where'd Champion go? It totally reminded me of the old like storyline out of the Superman comics and what they did in the most recent movie, James Gunn Superman, where the glasses were a hypnotic device. You take them off, and he looks like Superman. You put him back on, he's Clark Kent. It felt like a joke on that is what it felt like in this show. And this is already like 24 years ago. And I'm like, this is surprisingly intelligent. And it's got some fun jabs at like everything from even to like gay people. And I'm like, oh my God, there are some jokes that you would not get away with these days that you could do way back then. And it was not a problem.
Yeah, this is where tolerance was starting to be embraced, but jabs were still okay.
Like the whole men's club, and like freaking Captain Liberty was trying to sue them all because they wouldn't allow a woman into the club.
Yeah, that was funny. I liked that part. That was just like when Dale tried working at Hooters so he could sue them because they'd tell him no.
Well, the funny part was, okay, we'll triple the settlement offer. Okay, we're good. We're going out for Taco Bell now.
I had Mexican food tonight. Now I'm kind of like, I want more.
Yeah, Batman was.
I liked him. I did not like him the first time I saw him. So that night in the hospital, I didn't get to see the whole episode. I was really miffed about that. I had to go find out what was going on or whatever. Go deal with my anger. Which again, in hindsight, I should have just sat right the fuck there, finished watching Tick, forgotten about the chick, and got in my car and gone the fuck home because she was a trifling lying bitch. You don't lie about certain things. Anyway.
You just lie about everything.
I lie about what profits me. Jesus.
You're welcome.
Anyway. No, I really wished in hindsight, like I said, it probably would have just been a better life if I had just finished watching the episode and been like, I like Ron Perlman.
Oh my God, is fiery flame?
Yes, yeah. And
then Friendly Fire was his like sidekick. Oh my God, that was so freaking funny.
It was almost inappropriate, dude. Like,
well, being called Friendly Fire, but in and of itself is like 2001, huh? Gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, they couldn't
right after 9/11, brother.
No, well, they couldn't have called him Pat Tillman just yet, but shit.
This show should have come out a year ahead of time if they could have.
Oh God. I mean, Tillman jokes are still fucking inappropriate because that was a terrible thing that happened to him.
Oh, it was, but
yeah. The idea that it was an accident is comical. Yes. The accidents happen is comical. Like in Starship Troopers, that was comical when, they're in the training course.
Well, and bro, you must have been born
funny.
on the side of the road because that's where most accidents happen.
Jesus.
The 90s called. I just gave them their joke back.
Yeah.
Bang,
and
bang, bang.
This was kind of a callback to the 90s. It did not necessarily feel very 2000s-ish at all.
Well, this fit with like the Flash with like
the Flash
and everything of that time era,
It looked better than Justice League. Ooh, for that little pilot that they had. That was awful.
Oof.
And I was sad
the name of Justice League.
Yeah, I was sad in high school that I didn't get to see that. Like, oh, it's on fucking CBS. I saw the pictures in Wizard and I was kind of like, oh, that's probably going to be cool. Like, we didn't know any better at the time. And then you see the more of the cast photos of what could have been. And you're just like, ew, thank God that wasn't a thing. You look at Generation X or Gen X, the pilot that they had, and that was even better than Justice League. The Nick Fury pilot, or the movie, was like way, way better than Justice League.
Hey, don't hassle the Hoff. He is my Nick Fury.
I love that movie. That was cool for the time.
I would argue they should actually do Nick Fury in Doomsday.
Kill off the
Secret Wars just to have fun with everybody.
That would be a huge pop, actually, I think.
I think it would work. Even having Hasselhoff and like freaking Jackson in the same scene together, just looking at each other like, who the fuck are you? It would be so funny.
And then bring back Neil McDonough as Dum Dum.
And have him become the new
head of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Head of S.H.I.E.L.D., yeah.
Or Coulson. They ought to. They need to bring him fucking back from time.
Well, they killed his ass and then they brought him back at Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Then Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. got decanonized.
But if we wait, we'll plug tomorrow night's show. They're bringing it into Secret Wars, I think. They're going to bring the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in. And
it's a little late for that now.
I like the cast. I just don't like the direction that they took with the stories. They sucked. But I love the cast. Like, I love Daisy.
I like Agent Carter.
Agent Carter was cool. That one was
2
cool.
seasons. Just saying.
But this, I didn't get to see enough of it in 2001 to make a judgment of it. I haven't actually seen it until this week.
Hello, Scooby Pup.
Hey. And I wasn't 100% sure what to expect. I think I did. I expected it to be cheesy. I expected it to be campy and I don't want to say cheap because this was not a cheap show necessarily.
Oh, this was absolutely not cheap at all.
Yeah. But golly, I wished I would have seen this before I'd seen the Amazon version. The lack of mask or eyewear for Warburton never sat well with me. It never did. And considering he was the best person around to play the Tick, that really kind of it lost points for me with that. And I feel bad for saying it, but it did.
Well, what do you mean by that? Why did it lose points? You don't think Patrick Warburton was good in this role?
No, I just didn't need to see his face. I didn't want to see his eyes. And they liked the squinting that he did when he was curious about something, or he has this neat dirty hairy thing that he does with his eyes. But they liked it so much that they were just kind of like, okay, no mask. But he was initially supposed to be wearing goggles or a face mask like he does in the comic book. And Arthur wears his goggles here and there, but for the most part, they're like, absolutely not on Tick, a little bit on Arthur. And it's okay. I get it. We're still in that point in time where it's kind of like you need to see the actor's face in order for the studio to make money, in order for the actor to make money. And the actor wants their face to be seen so they get recognition or what have you. I didn't need that for this. It felt lacking for me. I had to close my eyes in a roundabout way, like, oh, okay, now I hear it. Okay, it's good.
You just wanted to hear Dot and Captain Liberty in your own mind, without the voices, without the sounds. You close your eyes. Dot and Captain Liberty going at it. Woo! Let's go, Kevin.
I gotta go.
Take a cold shower, bro. Come on, really.
I have a terrible feeling I'm gonna need to if I anyway. So anyway, I distracted myself on it. It's not even 0 point. Sorry. The eyewear didn't do it for me. But when you close your eyes, you definitely hear the spirit of the show, or you definitely hear the spirit of the characters. I close my eyes, I hear Patrick Warburton's narrations, I hear the Tick. Shut up. And
one of those nights where the sillies take over.
What's that?
One of those nights where the sillies take over.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna blame.
The laughing fists just start and they don't stop. I'm not even half drunk. And hello, Idaho Mike. Thank you for tuning in, even though we know you're watching Badger Show right now. But once it's over, come on back on over, brother.
Yes, thank you guys very much. No, my giggles, I'm blaming that on the Grand Mimosa. I got a variety pack of cider boys tonight, and it started out with apple blackberry, which I had no desire to try.
7-Up for the Jeff.
Ooh, dude, I dig on the 7-Ups though.
It's so wet and it's cold. Love it. 7-Up, we could use that sponsorship. Or hey, Kevin, we could use that sponsorship too. Happy to promote some booze around here.
I like the boozes.
Have you found the Angry Orchard Jason stuff yet or no?
It has not been back, no.
Well, we're still trying to find the Michael Myers Fanta around here, the pineapple flavored one with the design of Michael Myers mask on it. We found everything else as far as the Fanta sodas go, but we can't find that one.
I will
freaking
look at our
crazy.
stores. I wonder if that's just like the popular one.
Uh-oh. Blame it on the mimosa, Kevin.
I like the mimosas.
Scooby ain't wrong. I could get toasted on a mimosa and a bottle of champagne and some orange juice in about like 60 seconds or less.
Yeah. Before
I like those because I make breakfast for the wife, and when she wants a mimosa, it's like, okay, yep, we're having a good time this morning.
Yeah, like orange juice is just pleasant in general, and champagne is
Dude.
pleasant in general.
Oh, Scooby, alcoholics shaking head.
Shush up.
Hey, the fact you know what a mimosa is, it's totally cool. Don't worry about it, Scoob. But this Tick show, like honestly, from 2001 with Patrick Warburton, the casting is actually surprisingly really good, and the storyline is pretty interesting and tight. I don't know the comics or anything before that. My knowledge is basically on the Amazon Prime show, and then this. I never even watched the cartoon. I wasn't even interested back then.
Oh,
So I
they're
was like,
so good.
oh, yeah, I know. I'm killing my co-host's heart over there. Like, cry me a river, Kevin. But like, you try and find those DVDs for like season 1, 2, and 3 for the animated show, and they're all like close to like 35 to $40 per DVD season.
Wowzer.
And I'm like, yo, unless that's free on like a streaming platform, I'm not gonna go back and try and buy those to watch it. But I gotta admit, for 9 episodes, this is actually a lot of fun, and it makes me want to watch more of it. The Amazon Prime show was very polished, very tight, and they did the characters very excellently. But they were also missing characters out of this show that I think would have translated very well to the main screen, but they probably skipped it on very good reason. Captain Liberty, Batman Well. Them not being in the newer show, kind of looking, just hindsight being 2020, those two would have actually made the show maybe just a little bit better.
I would have kept Deflator Mouse or Batman Well.
I would have kept Batman Well for sure.
And I would have had that relationship. Did he say anything about me? Did she say anything about me? That I would have had going on between him and Miss Lint. And I would have had Overkill doing his thing with Dot. I would have had that be 2 separate storylines. But I don't know that they had the time and money for that. That's just my guess. Or what I would have done.
Oh, hey, and Scooby has hit partial monetization. Yeah, baby.
Congratulations.
Everybody head on over to Scooby Pup and give her an extra sub. Let's get her to full monetization on over there. She's probably got the hours for it. I don't know for sure. I'm just guessing. But she just went over 500 subs the other day. So she does a lot of video games and a lot of fun geeky talk on Saturdays on her podcast channel. Doing a little shout out for our friend Scooby Pup over there.
Yeah. So, but this, I almost think I want to watch it again. I don't think one viewing was enough for me.
Oh, I'm going to watch this again. I'm probably actually going to get the DVD set, which is about $14 on Amazon. So if you just want DVD for this original 2001 show, you can get it for a decent price.
Yeah, and I think I want to. I mean, I know I want to. It's something I've wanted to add to my collection, kind of like the Blade series. Even though now we've actually seen the Blade series, I'm kind of like, well, I guess I would still kind of watch it again. Maybe.
Don't buy it. You're getting a Christmas gift. Shut up.
Oh, sorry.
Stop asking questions.
Sorry. Oh. Anyway,
you can stroke it off for 13 episodes with that one when you get it.
I like Jill, dude. I'm a huge fan of Wipeout. Like, that was my show.
You like girls with the name Jay in them, don't you?
I have a thing, yes, apparently.
As he takes a swig. Like, oop, I don't want to talk much more about that.
I'm just enjoying my mimosa, friend. I don't know what you're referring to. Yes.
But boy, Jeff, your name starts with a J, so Kevin must like you too.
Yeah, man. Same pattern. Same pattern. Ends with the same two consonants at the end. Mm-hmm. Watch yourself, stud.
It's like 75309, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
That took you a second.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't. I'm just trying not to giggle. So when I say I want to give it another shot, I say it because I don't think I appreciated it as much as I can or should with the first watch that I did. It's not that I disliked it, but there was only
I would have tuned in years ago and watched this live. I actually probably would have really enjoyed the hell out of this show back then.
I know I did for the few minutes before the doctor bothered me.
Pathology, damn it.
Wasn't even relevant.
Yeah, the prostate wasn't even that big.
She cheated on me with a black dude, and that's where the tearing came from.
Oof.
Yeah.
Could have at least used some lube. Jesus Christ.
And I'm just kind of like,
well, hey, when Ron Perlman shows up and you know he's going to be Hellboy later on, it's like, man, dude, you fired it up in the wrong hole.
Yep. With friendly fire. That outfit.
That's the whole point on that
show. That outfit.
Oh, friendly. A lot of the costume designs in this show are completely unhinged. It makes you think like, yeah, this is totally not DC. This is totally not Marvel. This is totally what? Because they put these guys in like some crazy costumes.
Yeah, and they look really fun, and they look like cosplay costumes, like not exactly cheap, but yeah, cheap cosplay costumes. It's not like you said, the new Tick movie or Tick show was very polished. Like that was all MCU style type suits.
Super stylized, yeah.
Yeah, this is it's like the first 5 minutes of Watchmen. It's a little bit cosplayish, but it works and it's cool. Like you very much buy into this world because our real world is mixed in with it, and it looks silly, but it's supposed to. The superheroes are supposed to be silly.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, and you got like Patrick Warburton, who filled out the suit very well as the Tick. Then you got David Burke as Arthur, who I would argue was really good as a more of a stoutly Arthur than we would get in the Amazon Prime series, where he seemed a bit more geeky, a little more like everyman and intelligent. David in this one as Arthur felt a little more, he could stand up for himself if he really needed to, and you would believe it.
Yeah, and he was a bit more of a bridge between the cartoon and the Prime series. So I mean, it was neat to see him be that kind of coward, but at the same time have the gumption to be the hero.
Right.
Which you don't really see that until the last episode, but still.
It's like they were finally getting there with the show, and Fox cut them off at the knees like they do with about every damn show from back then and before and after.
Yeah. So.
But honestly, I think the casting is fantastic in this show, from Liz Vessia's Captain Liberty. Be still, my ever-beating heart lady. You were beautiful.
Yeah.
And Nestor Carbonell as Batman. Well, you couldn't have cast a better person to be Batman. Well, just saying.
You know,
even with the muscle suit, though, he was clearly in.
Oh, absolutely. And then it was nice to see that even once he quit the crime fighting business, like he went on to actually, run Gotham City. Like, good on him.
Yeah, right. Good job, Batman. Well, just stop stopping by the Home Depot. You don't need any more help.
No, remember he was the mayor in Gotham City, and the Joker put acid in his in his whiskey.
Well, that'll do it too.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Small fun fact: go watch your Dark Knight.
Go watch your Dark Knight. Go watch Batman the Animated Series and the original Flash show with John Wesley Shipp.
Yeah, just because. And
then
watch
this fits in as kind of like a little mouthwash, so to speak. It'll restore, like, this is fun. That's all this show really is. It's just you sit back, you relax, it's fun. You don't have to think too hard. You could just chill and watch The Tick for like 9 weeks. It worked for a lot of us. For anybody wanting to binge it, on the binge model, this actually works surprisingly well too, because I did this myself. I did it over the course of 2 nights. Works out very well. And you can find this on YouTube. Just look for The Tick and the AI. I know you're going to scream that we are promoting an AI remaster, but Owen Davies, OwenDavies, has a great 1080 upscale with AI with The Tick, and it looks fantastic.
Nice.
We used his videos for when we did Space Above and Beyond. So highly recommend everybody go check out that channel. We will add a link in our description below so you can go check out this show for free on Amazon, because we do promote checking out these older shows that have been canceled and forgotten. We want to keep that memory alive, everybody. So that's the whole point of our graveyard shift here. We want to keep these shows going and keep your memory alive of them.
Yeah, and golly,
and this is absolutely a show you should remember.
Yes, any iteration of The Tick is absolutely wonderful, but this one's just it's that middle bowl of porridge. Like, it was their first attempt to do a live series. I want to say they'd wanted to do that for some time, and they got the perfect cast for it, and everything kind of clicked. They had not so many cameos per se, because they didn't have the rights to do a lot of the characters like American Made or Deflator Mouse. But then they were able to just say, oh, Apocalypse Cow. He had to go fight Apocalypse Cow.
That was funny, and we never saw it.
Yeah. They couldn't show Dinosaur Neil on the news shows, so they had Very Large Guy.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd rather see Dinosaur Neil, but it's okay.
They're just working their way around it till they could figure everything out storyline wise, I think. Because I feel like I thought I read somewhere they had an intention for this show at this time to be about 5 seasons long only. No more than 5, though.
Interesting. Well, I mean,
5 seasons, 13 episodes each. They were not trying to go for like 22 to like 26 episodes. They wanted to keep it short.
Well, I mean, they did. I want to say they did right on that, kind of the same way that the Zuckers did with Police Squad. They didn't shoot their load. Nothing got too drawn out. They didn't repeat jokes.
Because they saw Hightower and they ran for it.
Yeah. So, I mean, it worked out. And then I think another thing that worked out in this series was that there was no continuity per se.
Correct.
I mean, maybe the first and the last episode, that was about it. But this is just like watching the cartoon. Each episode is its own individualized story. So there is a beginning, middle, and end to each 22-minute episode. And it works. It's short, it's sweet, it's fun, and it's rewarding to watch. And then you're ready to binge the next one. Or you can be like, okay, that was satisfying.
Oh, yeah.
But it's a very flexible watch.
It very much is. You don't even have to watch some things in order. Like, it doesn't play like that. And it's totally enjoyable in that same respect at the same time. So,
yeah. Yeah. So I enjoyed it. Not as much as I probably should have, but I'm going to buy it. I'm gonna watch it again. I'm gonna make my kids watch it, and yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
I had
Apocalypse Cow.
I had Zoe watch part of it, and then I showed her Dinosaur Neil, and she's like, "Oh shit, that's cool."
Mm-hmm. You ready to talk about some episodes then, Kevin?
I'm ready to talk about some episodes, sir.
Well, there's only about 9 of them, everybody, so buckle up. We're about to hit some episodes. First one is the pilot. It is directed by Barry Sonnenfeld of Men in Black fame and Adam's Family fame, Adam's Family Values fame. He was a big fan of The Tick, and he wanted to bring this to the big screen, or the little screen now at this point. And in November 8th of 2001, this show had debuted on Fox, and that kind of sets the stage for us. And I feel like Barry Sonnenfeld, I think he at least understood the characters, and he gave as best of a show as he could with the budget he was given and what network notes were handed to him, even though he might have just thrown them all out. But everything was well cast, looked beautiful, excellently directed. I have no problem with this pilot, like, at all.
No, it's pretty good. It's faster paced than the later series pilot, the Prime pilot, because that actually drags on for some time.
Yeah.
This gets to the short and sweet of it. You know, Arthur's concerned whether or not the tick's real, if he's going insane. He's trying to fight crime for the first time. It's in his blood, and they meet. And it goes on with the story from there. And you're just kind of like, okay, that works. It did not need to be as nearly drawn out as the Prime series was. So I couldn't dislike this one. I liked the bad guys. I liked them. I liked Tick and Arthur finally deciding to work together once Arthur got his fucking Johnson outside, his big boy pants on the outside.
His big boy pants.
Like Cyborg says, Superman wearing your underwear on the outside? Smooth choice, man.
Make sure that big S is on the front side, bro.
Boom.
Swing.
Silky.
But no, this is got a good cast. You got a good crew working on this, and I'd argue this is probably one of the best iterations of Superman outside of Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman, with Dean Cain and Terry Hatcher. And so this is a good stabilizing force as they're about to figure out what they need to do movie-wise going forward, which would be another like 3 or 4 years before they get into the Christian Bale Batman at that right. And let's see here. We had the pilot, then we got episode number 2, The Funeral. And everyone is thrilled that the Immortal, the famous superhero, is coming to town, and he dies while having sex with Captain Liberty. I could die while having sex with Captain Liberty. And the group is forced to challenge the covering up of the debacle. Batmanuel impersonates the Immortal, while the Tick and Arthur try to put the body back in his hotel room, only to find out it is the wrong hotel room. The Tick must grapple with the realization that everyone dies rather than just already dead people, as he believed. Now, Kevin, you got any thoughts about The Funeral?
They wanted
Even though I ended up watching this later on in the season, I didn't. I'm reading this in release date here on Wiki, and I'm like, this is not the order that I watched in.
No, I don't recall.
I gotta look at my goddamn notes now. Taking the glasses off. Wrong page. So not that one. Okay, so some notes I have on this one, which is technically episode 7 from what I watched on Owen Davies. Dude, we might want to have you put these in like the proper production order or air date order. However, with The Funeral, I wrote down, boy, there's a whole lot of Steiner math going on in this episode.
Oh, no.
And then there was the comment from Captain Liberty. I really blew it, didn't I? And then Batman was like, well, yeah, you kind of did. And she starts throwing glasses and breaking shit immediately. So there's a lot of innuendos and comedy in this one. And basically, we find out that one of the big heroes in this universe, the Immortal, isn't so immortal. So he passed away. And they got to figure out how to deal with his death and move forward from there. And for 22 minutes, man, this was a crisp 22 minutes. Not too much dawdling around.
I didn't laugh a whole lot in the first episode, but this one had me like roaring with laughter. Like,
this was an excellent episode. This is when I knew, I think the writers have figured out what they want to do with this show.
Yeah, like they had established their relationships with one another, the four heroes, I mean.
Yep.
And you had a good feel for the rest of the superhero community and just what their interactions were like, and it clicked so well. And Janet, who's supposed to be this wholesome character, is trying to fuck her way to the top.
Quote unquote.
And then Batman, well, Janet, why did you kill him?
Well, Batman was on fire in this episode. He's the total sexual, like, Casanova of the whole damn show. And then she sleeps with one person, kills him, and Batman was like, I'm impressed. I slept with you several times. So I guess I'm better than Captain or better than the Immortal, because I actually slept with you several times. You only slept with him once and you killed him. So I'm better than him. I'm like, wow, the bravado just cracked me up.
He's just so confident. Like, it was better than Deflator Mouse. It really was. Like, Deflator Mouse was...
I did not like Deflator Mouse.
No, he was just a parody on Batman, and that was fine. It was fine, but this was kind of elevating that character to something different. And man, it was just really good. I liked it. I liked it better than the actual well, again, like I said, the source material. So
I should go back and actually check out the source material, because there's a lot to dip into and dive into and find some enjoyment out of. I will eventually do that.
Yeah.
Episode number 3, Couples. The Tick and Arthur have a good time when they start hanging out with Fiery Blaze and his sidekick, Friendly Fire. Things turn sour when Arthur finds out that Blaze treats Fire badly, and he persuades Fire to take a stand against it. Meanwhile, Blaze convinces Tick that Arthur is the sidekick and he should do whatever Tick wants. Boy, this sounds like a stripper episode.
Yeah. I think it's based on the episode of the cartoon where they go to the superhero club and Arthur...
Bro, I ain't taking my clothes off again.
Oh,
so don't even ask.
It's the Tick versus the Tick, and it's fucking hysterical.
The Tick versus the Tit?
Yep. The Tick versus the Tit. It's got to he's got to fight himself. He's got to fight himself, or a guy that's bought his superpowers basically.
Yep.
And calls himself the Tick. But as the other superheroes go into this place, Arthur gets shut out. The doorman's superpower is being able to tell the sidekick. So he has to go to the sidekick's lounge, which is just a shitty shed out back.
The Sugar Shack, baby.
Yeah.
Love Shack, baby.
Love Shack, baby.
The Love Shack.
Everyone
I ain't going to do that. I don't want to get demonetized. So.
Yeah, right. Anyway, let's see what's next. We have
the license.
Oh, yes.
The Tick superhero activity is put on hold when he is caught operating without a superhero license. He and Arthur quickly find that getting a license is impossible due to Tick not knowing anything about his past. A woman appears claiming to be Tick's wife, and he immediately accepts this, devastating Arthur. The Tick quickly grows tired of his married life. Well, Arthur and the Captain Liberty discover that his wife is actually an insane criminal who insists on finding men and claims to be their wives. We got a real Black Widow situation here going on, guys. So I like how they don't waste too much time in this episode. They easily could have dragged it over the course of like the next 2 or 3. But the fact is, she's manipulating him. She's really good with PDF imagery, and she's convincing him, oh, hey, you're actually supposed to help me in trying to kill like all the other gangs in the city at that point.
Yeah. It was kind of like overboard, but not cute.
Overboard, but not cute. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. This one was okay. It didn't really sell me as much as say episode 2. And that was part of my problem with this show is like some episodes really got me. And then others I was kind of like, it's okay. It's not bad.
None of the feels.
No, just none of them are like, no, I can't say none of them. Not all of them were just like completely like home runs. And that's okay. That is completely okay because overall, with the 9 episodes, the series itself was I'd say is a home run.
All right.
Anyway, but that's for later. That's for later.
No, that's pretty fair. And then let's see. Arthur needs space. Arthur's love life is cramped by the hovering Tick, who's baffled by the corrupt. I don't like this description. Who's baffled by the corruption of the love interest he has always had. A video about praying mantis gives the Tick a very confused idea about sex.
A very confused idea. This had Missy Pyle in it, and I have 0 problems with that.
Yeah, I literally, for that episode, the only thing I wrote was Missy Pyle, smoke show.
Yep. Like
great actress. She did her damn job. That's all she needed to do.
Yep. Wanted to go watch Galaxy Quest immediately after.
I'd watch anything with that woman in it, to be fair.
True. But Galaxy Quest was really good.
Crest.
Let's see. Was there anybody else
here? We had Arthur needs space. With Arthur's love life is being cramped by the hovering Tick, who is baffled by the concept of love. A video about the praying mantis gives the Tick a very confused idea about sex. I met my wife through Match.com about 15 years ago. That's how I met my wife. So I can't knock the online dating thing. But if I ever had to do it again, not going to do it at all.
I don't know. I met my wife in person and
oh, that's a you problem.
Yeah.
And we need to get Kevin another beer or another shot over there.
Because
episode 5 is just kind of a goofy one. But with episode 6, the big leagues, the Tick and Arthur are invited to join the League of Superheroes. So basically like a Justice League for this universe. And they all find out that everybody's a piece of crap, basically. I'm not going to read through the whole synopsis because, quite frankly, it's the Justice League kind of compromised with the boys, but not nearly as bad. So this is more the PG-friendly. Yeah, the League of Joined Superheroes is a bit on the wild side, so to speak.
I like where they accidentally steal the not steal, rip the fucking Constitution or the Pledge.
But that was our spaceship.
That was funny as hell. I don't know. Like this is another one like the last one. It was okay. Didn't quite grab me, but it had part of the Tick lore from the comic books in it. So I was like, okay, I'm down with this because we saw Aegis in the Prime series, and most of those guys, or at least the top brass, were all assholes.
True.
Except for the not elongated man, but I can't think of his name. The guy that plays the detective on Green Arrow or Arrow.
Let's see here. Episode number 7, The Tick versus Justice. This is the court drama. And this one is a bit more on the interesting side since it actually debuted in January 17th, 2002, about a whole, 4 weeks later after the big leagues. And in this one, the ticket's contempt of court, and it's pretty goofy, but I actually enjoy it because he thinks the judge is a cross-dresser.
Yeah.
Versus Justice, what else did I write on that one?
Who was the judge in that one again?
I'd have to look that one up. It
Stephen
looks very
Gilmore.
familiar. I know, like, Destroyo was, oh my God, I already forgot what his name was.
Kurt Fuller.
Yeah, thank you. Kurt Fuller, who's been in like 100 million shows otherwise and movie roles too, where he plays just like this douche nozzle and he's perfect for it.
Yeah. We last saw him in Scary Movie, which we reviewed a couple weeks ago on 0 Point
Exactly.
Reviews, which is almost hitting 1,000 views.
Yeah, so let's freaking go, everybody. Let's get that up to 1,000 on Scary Movie.
See, YouTube, we're shilling.
We'll do it every once in a while, and it's fine. And Tick versus Justice, this almost feels like the Ghostbusters 2 movie, just kind of adapted down to about a 22-minute screenplay and acting ability. However, everybody does do a fine job, and there's a lot of comedy to be had.
Yeah.
I enjoy the hell out of this one, to be frank with everybody. I don't have a problem with this one.
No, it was okay. It was okay. It was better than the last two. Again, like the episode 5 and 6 were kind of slow for me, and then it picked back up after that. Once we get into say like 7 and 8, then things start getting better and more interesting, I think, for me.
Well, especially with the next one, according to Wiki, is basically Arthur Interrupted, where at the urging of his friends, Arthur finally comes out as a superhero, revealing his life and family choices. They see him as basically somebody who needs an invention, and when he does try to leave, Arthur is forcibly taken to a psychiatric hospital. Okay, so we're getting more nut job places after all. And
Did not. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. You go ahead.
I was going to say I didn't think I was going to like this episode at all. I didn't think I was going to like it. They kind of changed the dot aspect of it, and the intervention, like I hate interventions. Any kind of intervention joke, I'm like, God damn, I'm so annoyed because
it was kind of funny. He was like, "Is this going to be an intervention with just one of you guns?" And then all of a sudden, like everybody stands up, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, you screwed."
It was really goddamn funny. I liked it a lot more than I thought I was going to. I actually watched this episode twice.
Oh yeah, I totally believe that. I had an enjoyment out of this episode just because I was like, I'm not catching all of this, and I want to be able to watch the whole episode without my focus being interrupted.
Yeah. My only lament about it is that Dave Foley didn't get enough time prancing around in the hero outfits. That was so goddamn funny. And then when they walk in, he's got the moth wing and he just kind of pulls it over his junk like, don't look. Made me laugh.
Of course it did.
I know. It's a dick and fart joke. Anything dick and fart makes me laugh. Anyways, what was it? There was something else I think in Arthur Interrupted. Oh, the repeated gay innuendos.
Oh god, yeah, that kept coming like for like the last like 7 episodes almost.
they were so fucking rapid fire and shameless in this one, though, where it's like,
Yeah, this was kind of brutal.
They go into the Chinese food restaurant and they're fine, and then the cape walks in, and the mom gets all like, oh, is this one of those kind of places? And you're just like,
yep.
What do you mean one of those kind of lady?
Yes, mom. The dudes want to play with other dudes. It's fine.
And then Tick comes in. This is my crime fighting partner. They played that uncomfortable parent or family scene really, really well. And I know that's not a joke in real life. Like, there are people that are terrible in that regard. But this, they made a decent light of it. They made fun. They punched up by making fun of the mom and the sister, basically. And that's okay.
That's totally fine too. So
if one of my friends disagrees, I'll get corrected, I'm sure.
We will always get corrected by the chat. The internet rules.
Sadly, that's so.
Sadly, that's so. Who's sadly, and why is her name less so?
It's Italian. Yeah, that's the ticket.
And sometimes you just got to show your ID and just move on forward.
Move on forward. All right. Well, let's see here. This episode, this is the last episode.
Yep.
I was really wanting to get to this episode. And when I finally got to it, I was really disappointed with it. Half of it.
Yeah.
I was really disappointed with half of it because we saw Jackie Earle Haley playing the Terror. And that was no one compares to Jackie ever in any character. Like, he is just awesome. Even when he did Nightmare on Elm Street, like, he played a different Freddy Krueger altogether, and I don't think anybody could play that sick, sadistic, scary that he did. It was just really good. But there's a gnat flying around my nose, and it's just killing me. I apologize. Thank you.
Smack that shit out of that thing, Kevin.
This is my nose. Oh, I got him. Yeah.
Good way to kill a mood. So we're gonna go on with our guests here. Like,
so, but it you actually get to see the Terror in a Terror costume. I don't think his hair was all frizzy and shit like that, like it wasn't in this as it was in the comic books. I know it certainly wasn't in the cartoon, but he did have the big T on his chest, and he did have the hood every once in a while, I think, in flashbacks. And they again had the spirit of the Terror there. He was the most fearsome, decrepit super villain there was.
Fearsome and loathsome.
Yeah. They didn't give him a big army like he had in everything else, but he was still pretty fucking entertaining in this. Actually, who did play the Terror? I need to look that up. I did not see that.
That was,
of course it was. Armin Sherman.
Yep.
It was fucking
he played Odo.
No. Armin Sherman is Quark. Renee something or other, I think, was Odo. Now I can't think of his last name. Renee something or other. He passed away.
Zellweger?
No. Sorry. I needed to know because I meant to look that up last night and I didn't.
Good old times. And let's see, we have the final episode then, and that was where'd that go? Where'd it go? I don't know why this is showing like 2 different seasons.
Is it the cartoon? It shouldn't.
Let's figure this out over here. So we only watched like 10 episodes because it got canceled.
I only saw 9.
I mean, yeah, 9 episodes. What I mean by that. I say 10 because on like the YouTube channel, if you watch Owen Davies, he's got some other clips from other people's interviews from around that time that he kind of shoehorned in there. So got a little discombobulated, but final episode. Arthur and Tick's 1-year anniversary of becoming a team. The group recalls Captain Liberty angry at the Tick for slashing her thunder and his overconfidence. Scared 122-year-old villain, and they don't know how to deal with them. So, okay, we knocked you the hell down for a little bit, and then shit, forget it. We're screwed.
What I didn't like about this is it could have just been a straightforward episode of it could have been the pilot for one fucking thing.
Yep.
And it didn't need to be a flashback episode. I know, like, within the first few months that like I had joked about, hey, let's do a fucking flashback video because, you know, they did it in the Clerks animated series on the second episode, and who does that? But they did it in this, and you're just kind of like, it's a flashback episode to what happens after the first 5 minutes in the pilot before the rest of the pilot occurs. All right, then. Weird.
I know, right?
I don't know. But the rest of it where they're actually meeting Janet for the first time and she's hating him, so she gives him the Tears phone number. That was priceless to me. I loved that part.
Not just once, but twice.
Twice. Yes, excuse me. That was just marvelous, and I absolutely loved it.
Yeah, absolutely loved the attention to detail and doing the different things and making everything work out so well. So I ain't gonna hate on the detail work. I think they did a fantastic job, and it took care of. This show should have been longer than it was, and that's going to be one of my biggest problems with this show. But for what we did get, it was fun, it was exciting, and everybody got a chance to shine in this one.
There were some characters I would have loved to have seen on this little silver screen, like Pineapple Pocopo. That would have been fucking hysterical. The Polynesian dictator with the pineapple head.
Dictating?
Yeah, like he was funny as shit. Dinosaur Neil. That would have been another amazing one, of course. I know we'll never get it, but Thracker's Ugg. Things that could have been. The Idea Men. But I don't know. Fox, unfortunately, they're twat waffles. They cancel everything beautiful with no rhyme or reason. Like, I don't even think that this was getting bad ratings at all.
It was doing decent, but they probably wanted it a little bit more to justify the cost for the licenses and everything else.
I guess, but they didn't really get any licenses other than Tick and Arthur. Maybe Dot. Everyone else, they had to change names.
Well, that I believe. I changed my name.
Yeah, no.
So many of me, good luck. Well, Kevin, that's basically the show. You got any other thoughts about the Tick?
No, but
9 episodes?
Golly, it was fun. I don't regret this at all. I can't say what my true love of the Tick is going to be, whether it be the cartoon or...
It's pretty tame otherwise.
Yeah. This is kind of right in again, this is the middle bowl of porridge in between the cartoon and the Prime series. The Prime series gets very serious, even though it's very comical at the same time. This doesn't get serious at all, and it's okay. It didn't really need to. It was just a live action version of the cartoon, and I can't complain again because I love the cartoon. It's one of my absolute favorite animated series ever. Shit, I have the action figure of Tick with the I Heart Dinosaur Neil t-shirt on. I love it. So I don't know. I'm glad for this one. It's something I'd share with my kids. I'd feel good about it. It's pretty timeless. It's set in a different age outside of where we generally are. Like, you don't see them using a whole lot of tech, so it still works. Not like now where they've, Tick trying to figure out how to use the cell phone.
Blip, 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 blip.
If I scroll this way, friend.
Too true. And no, it's a good, fun show that is going to stand the test of time. Patrick Warburton is always like one of the national treasurers of this entire academy and amongst his peers. And they all look like they're having fun to me. And I had a great goddamn time watching this show. I'm going to end up watching it again in the next few weeks just to palate cleanse after watching some other shows that are maybe not so nice and not so bright and not so... Yeah, not so bright, I'm going to say.
Dexter's fun.
Kevin's a Dexter fan, everybody. But you know what? That's all I got. I actually really enjoy this show. I think it's going to get in my collection. And it's a good comedy. Excellent casting. Good special effects for the era.
Yeah.
And overall, it's a complete picture. I honestly don't know why it did not work out. Probably was just ratings. Could have been anything else, though.
I don't know, but it was way better than anything else on the friggin' waiting room TVs that night. And I think
the waiting room. Boop, 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 boop.
those were the days.
How many asses did you beat in Mario Kart that night?
In Mario Kart?
Yeah.
I probably played a boxing game that night or a shooting game, if anything. I don't think I played any games that night, but I was really, really frustrated that first couple days.
Yeah. I can get you on that one.
I was an angry man.
Angry men, just like we all are on Nostalgia TV. Now, is there anything else about the Tick you'd like to talk about before we send everybody on out for the night?
One day I want us to be able to interview Ben Edlund. I would love that because I love the Tick. It's one of my favorite comic series. It's one of my favorite cartoons. It's one of my favorite
Maybe
shows.
when we do the comic, we can figure that out.
Yeah, like I would love to pick his brain one day because I love the satire in this world. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, there's a lot of zingers. There's a lot of references. They all feel like unforced and very natural. I have like no problem with this show like at all. Actually, I want to watch it again and fire it right up and when we're done here.
Yeah. Yeah. And there are episodes where you just kind of like, you know what? I feel like watching that episode. And that's a neat thing about a TV series. Like you don't, again, because it's not set in continuity, there is no, you could walk in at any given point in time and have a favorite episode.
Right.
And so you could come in and watch episode 2. You can come in and watch episode 8 or 9 and just die laughing. And it'd be great. And so, I mean, I highly recommend this one.
Yeah, I highly recommend it too. And like we said earlier, you can find this on Amazon for about $14 on DVD. But if you keep your eyes out at your local thrift stores or whatever, you could probably find it just a tick cheaper. They're not going to put this like completely out of stock for a while. They're more interested in selling the most current iteration of Fox with everybody. But I'd argue Patrick Warburton and David did a fantastic job on this show. They actually give it a lot of brevity, a lot of heart. And they gave the show emotion when they needed to. And they gave the show some testosterone when it absolutely needed to. I'm going to rank this one about an 8 out of 10 on a plain scale. I think it's really good. I want it in my collection.
I'm gonna go 7.5 until I watch it again. Yeah, until I watch it again, I'm gonna say 7.5 because it is very good and it is very faithful for all intents and purposes to the source material. Like the spirit of the characters are very much on the screen and it's very enjoyable. I have the misfortune of having seen the cartoon and the Prime series first. So, but I have nothing bad to say about it. Absolutely nothing bad to say whatsoever.
No, and you're comparing like two very different shows from two very different eras about like a bunch of different showrunners who thought, hey, we're going to do it this way. And then later, nah, that didn't work. We're going to try it a different way. So you had a little bit of back and forth with the creators and then the adapters of basically the Men in Black, so to speak.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Aegis.
But no, it was a fun show. I'm glad we watched it. And Kevin, is there anything else before we say goodnight to everybody?
I got nothing, buddy. Nothing.
All right. Well, everybody, thank you for tuning in to the Graveyard Shift, where you can punch in and you can never punch out. However, we are going to give you permission to punch out for the night. Do that by hitting the like button down below. Share and subscribe us out there. Tomorrow night we have Dead Wire Live, where we got some fun horror, science fiction, and pop culture topics. Tuesday nights are movie review nights. We are doing A Nightmare on Elm Street. Spoiler alert. And we're talking the original. We're not doing the remake. We're doing OG style, baby. And then, of course, every Thursday is Stargate night. So check out the Stargate Files with me, Skeeter, and our buddy Supreme Commander Thor. And on that note, you all have a good night. Have a happy Friday. Have a great weekend. We'll see you on the next one. Say goodbye, Kevin.
Goodbye, Kevin.
See you, boys.